He never begged. Not once. And for a long time, I interpreted that as him not caring enough. But I understand now that a man with genuine self-respect does not beg. Not because he does not feel the loss, but because his dignity matters to him more than the approval of someone who has already decided to leave. When he let me go without a fight, I thought it meant I did not matter. But it actually meant he respected himself too much to chase something that was walking away from him. And that is not coldness. That is one of the most honest forms of self-love I have ever witnessed.
These men, and I really believe that the men do not like women anymore. Time on social media going back and forth with women talking about how you hate women that wear makeup, you hate women that do this. The only time I've ever heard of a group of people spend a lot of time focusing on another group of people they hate is slavery. And what is it? They want it to beat us. Okay, so if a man does all of that and talks about his hatred for women so loudly and overtly, I'm going to go with the wild assumption that you want to beat us, and I don't want no man that want to beat me, baby.
When a man doesn't put in the effort, it's just simply because he's not interested in you. When a man is interested in you, he puts in the effort, the time. He lets you know that you're a priority. You're not questioning, is he interested, or trying to decode the mixed signals. It's not your job to say, oh, he had a tough week or he's had a tough childhood. No, if he had a tough week, then he's reaching out to you to say, hey, I've got a crazy week this week. I'll reach out to you in a couple days. Your job is simply taken the data to see how he shows up for you, and post in the comments what this brought up for you. And remember that you are amazing and deserve a great man. And don't forget to check out the bio. There's a free masterclass in there.
You know, modern women want men to chase them around until the end of time. And one thing we're finding out is that men are not going to do it anymore. Plain and simple, bro.
But let me also say this for the single ladies. And by single, I mean unmarried, because if you know me, I've never said anything other than until your last name is no longer the last name of one of your parents, you are in fact single. I do not care what that man told you. Do not be no fool. Baby, the fight in Charlotte is in Freedom Park on Saturday morning between 8 and maybe 10, running with their shirt off. And I mean running fast. Not like even like a jog walk, like a strut. I mean, they are out there running full speed ahead, baby. Bodies glistening. Like, y'all, it was really a situation out there. And I say this to say, if you were single in Charlotte, and run clubs aren't really your things, because a lot of our run clubs are kind of young, fun, but kind of young. If you want the age appropriate fine, Freedom Park, Saturday morning. You welcome.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
You always held yourself back from the expression of your being for that woman, and you were afraid of rejection the entire time, and so she kept rejecting you. But when you accept rejection and you go fully, you stop rejecting yourself. And so you keep trying to run away from that fact and figure out ways to titrate your being so she doesn't reject you. And I'm like, go fully for the girl, go with her to the extent that you actually want her, let your desire be felt. And if she rejects that, she rejects that. But this time when she rejects it, you will feel a level of completion inside of you because you wouldn't have rejected yourself in the process. This is the same thing with your clients. You don't let your clients feel the full weight of your genius, of your being. And all of a sudden they go, oh, something is off, because they just read it in their body as something is not complete. It's not congruent. And when someone's nervous system registers that from you, they push you away. I don't care about the outcome. I want you to reclaim a piece of your soul that powers your life going forward.
Modern women continue to do things and display attitudes, feelings, and behaviors online that men are seeing, and they're pulling back. Men are opting out and saying, oh, I'm not about to invest in that. Well, why not? Because long term, that might be fun for you now, but long term, that's not going to work.
When a man wants you, he will move heaven and earth to get you. And it's talking about stating intentions, since we just going here. This may be help the ladies. Notice, he will chase you. If you have to chase him, there's something wrong. I mean, this guy, Jacob, came up with this idea. Laban didn't even say, hey, give me 7 years of work and I'll give you Rachel. No, Jacob said, man, I love her so much. I'm going to pick a number. I'll work 7 years for you so I could be with her. This is what real men do. So, ladies, when you come across these guys that won't state their intentions, that's a red flag. That's a red flag, because a real man will move heaven to be with you. Now, it may not be right away. Maybe there's, we're talking, we're friends, whatever. But at some point, pretty quickly, it don't take all day. It don't take all day.
Never apologize for having high standards, because high standards are really just code for risk management. They are put in place to protect your time, your peace, and your future. And when you've created a beautiful life for yourself and you've done the work, you are not going to tolerate things that don't align with the life that you want. And anyone who tries to convince you, by the way, that you are too picky or your standards are too high, either doesn't believe that you deserve to have that high of standards or is uncomfortable by the fact that your standards are higher than theirs. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because this is your life, not theirs. And so don't shrink, don't over-explain, don't try to negotiate your non-negotiables, because the goal is not to be chosen by everyone. It's to choose well and attract the right person in. And the moment you stop apologizing for having high standards is the moment you stop entertaining people who never deserved access to you to begin with. Send this video to someone who needs to see it today, or drop a comment if that person is you.
At some point in time, modern women are going to realize that their choices have consequences. Sure, you out there getting the bag and you're doing your thing, but some of your choices have consequences, and you have to deal with those consequences on your own. Not a man fixing them. Deal with those consequences on your own.
As a female, you should sleep with someone. It should matter to you biologically. It should matter to you. If it doesn't, something went wrong. What went wrong? Well, the is usually. That's the phase that the other girl just had in the video, saying that she slept with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and she's like, I'll just add another one to the list. It's not harmless for them. For these women, it's very problematic and one day devastating.
Yes, women cheat too. And a woman who is a slave to her lust will never be faithful to you. And it's not because she doesn't like you, but it's because she doesn't control herself. If she needs constant attention, if she's always entertaining options, if she's addicted to validation, if she always outside, always flirting with somebody, always looking for a vibe, that's not freedom. That's lack of discipline. And you cannot build with that. A ring won't fix it. A good man won't fix it. Love won't fix it. Because the issue isn't you. It's her habits. If she hasn't mastered her impulses, she will always move off of feeling. And feelings change. Today she's all in and tomorrow she confused. Next week she entertaining something new. That's not a loyal woman. That's a woman led by desire. Faithfulness is not about gender. It's about self-control. And if she doesn't have it before you, she won't have it with you.
So instead of trying to catch a man by talking about how capable and self-sufficient I am, apparently I'm supposed to talk about the things that men are looking for. So let's try it. Top of the list is that I make really good banana bread. I have that on very good authority. And I have a secret ingredient, which I'm not going to tell you, but you just have to get to know me in order to find out. And yeah, that actually might be the only selling.
A lot of men, when they see the state of dating, when they see how modern women act, my God, you can't even go to a baseball game anymore and expect a sporting event and expect for a woman not to cut up. You can't even go to church and expect a woman not to cut up. Modern women, not all women, modern women to cut up.
If they're trying to lock you in fast, it's not because you're special. It's because speed is the only way they don't get exposed. Anybody pushing intensity in the beginning, constant texting, future talking weeks, wanting all your time, isn't building a connection. Okay? They're controlling the pace so you don't question it. Because when things move slow, you start to notice patterns. Inconsistency, emotional gaps, things that don't add up. But when it's fast, I'm going to tell you, you don't have time to think. You just feel. And feeling is not clarity. All right. It's leverage. So they keep you in motion because motion creates what? Attachment. And attachment makes you ignore what you would have walked away from if you just slowed down. And here's the part that stings. You call it, oh God, this feels different, right? No, it feels intense. And intensity is the easiest thing in the world to fake when someone doesn't want to be fully seen. The one who rushes you isn't afraid of losing you. They're afraid of you having enough time to realize you should.
Let's read this one together, okay? Lady, you need to kick rocks. You might have never been pulled over by police or judged because the color of your skin. One day we not going to ask nicely. Did one really think this through before typing it out and posting it? Because one has successfully, because of the color of my skin, one has assumed that I've never been judged by the color of my skin. So in essence, one did just judge me by the color of my skin. Good job.
She's not skinnier than me and she's not prettier than me. Then why couldn't it just be me?
Because she's softer than you. She's quieter than you. She doesn't yell at me. She doesn't call me an idiot or tell me to shut up all the time. She listens to me. She's nice to me. She doesn't make me feel like the only thing stopping her from being happy is me.
This video speaks for itself. It makes me want to cry. And again, it's showing that, you know what, men, they need intimacy. They need affection. They don't want to be constantly criticized and controlled and told that they're wrong. Remember, winning motivates them. When they are doing good in your eyes and you're uplifting them, they want to do more for you. You're not uplifting them to get more, but just, you know, like he said, she doesn't yell at me. I'm not saying it's okay to go find another woman. But again, ladies, if this is all he's getting at home, he's going to gravitate to a place or a space or people where he feels honored, respected, accepted, and received.
One of the things that men have a problem with when women talk about a man being emotionally vulnerable is the fact that a lot of times you're not emotionally disciplined enough to handle what I'm telling you. So later on, you're going to start bumping your gums and tell everybody my business. And then I'm going to have a problem with them because they're going to be trying to be all up in my business.
So what's the deal with the men wanting to be pursued, like the lack of effort?
Does that man like you?
They act like it. They put in enough effort to get the number, have some conversation. Then it's, you know, oh, I want to see you, but, you know, but yeah, I be so busy or I'm tired.
So I go back to my question. Does that man like you?
It sounds like they don't.
Well, here's the thing. There are going to be more people that are wrong for you than right for you. And when you don't accept that, you waste your own sign. That man is giving you non-committal effort. This man is too busy for you. Because guess what? When a man finds something, like he is that connoisseur that finds that pearl of high value, when he knows what he's looking for and he identifies it, it don't take that long for him to know that, right? But it seems to me maybe that man identified you for another purpose, like convenience, like my spare time, like you up at 2 a.m. See, here's the thing. Ain't it funny? It's always men talking about, are you up? But he ain't worrying if your goals is up, if your standards is up, if your ring finger is up. And so I guess what I'm trying to say to you is, if a man doesn't have time for you, why you got time for him?
Modern women continue to tell men, and this is why a lot of men opt out, because of the entitlement. But what you bring is it's bare minimum. It's not enough. To where a man, you know, honestly and truly says, okay, if it's not enough, I'm just going to stop doing it. I'm going to go mind my own business somewhere else. And you get mad at the man, but you didn't waste his time talking about he's bringing the bare minimum. I'm looking for a man that does X, Y, and Z. Well, guess what? That man don't want you.
Listen, ladies, I am praying strength, patience, and endurance as you wait for the Lord to reveal to you who your husband is, because I'm sitting here. My husband is my manager. He's my everything, right? From when I was doing Christian hip hop now to as a speaker and a coach and all those things. And this man works harder at the things God assigned me to than I do. I can't be sad, depressed, stagnant if I wanted to. He's like, no, you're going to operate in your purpose. As long as I'm alive, you will not be sitting on this couch in defeat, in fear, and nothing and you're going to do what God has called you to do. And I'm just thinking, had I had a man that did not know himself, that was not secure in himself, somebody, I had to introduce Jesus to him. I had to introduce God to him. I had to tell him about like the Lord and the things. Like, I don't know where I would be. I don't know where I just would have gave up. I had somebody that let me be mediocre. Let me be basic. Let me be just stuck in my ways. Let me be sad. Let me be all the things that I just, life be life. And if he just let me sit in that, I would have. But I had a man that saw me even when I didn't see myself. I had a man that prayed for me even when I didn't pray for myself. I had a man intercede, fast for me, speak life into me, affirm me. And it takes a man of God to do that, okay? And the man of God that's assigned to you, because he knows his purpose is connected to mine as well. Sis, I'm telling you, wait for the right one.
Jacob Elordi, you have 10 minutes before I walk down the aisle.
There is such a double standard here. This has literally become a trend for women in their wedding gowns about to walk down the aisle to call out some man that they have been interested in or have crushed on. They give them like 10 minutes, to call them before they walk down the aisle. I understand that it's a joke, but not everyone understands it as a joke. And that is why it is actually disrespectful to your about to be husband, because he can even understand it as a joke. But if Aunt Susanna doesn't see it as a joke, all of a sudden he's seen a different way, which is not good for that man, and it's not a great way to start off your marriage.
Modern women will probably never understand that the peace a man feels after stepping away, stepping back from a chaotic dating market. It just peace, a sense of security, a sense of just overall relaxation. I don't have anybody telling me I'm doing something wrong when I'm doing something right. Fantastic feeling.
Here's a date idea. Date men that actually like you. You guys go out with men that can't even bring flowers to a date. The easiest and cheapest thing you could possibly do to put a smile on a woman's face, the man that you chose to carve time out of your day for couldn't even do that. So you might as well just turn around and go back inside, because what do you mean you pulled up with no offerings for the queen? I'm good. I'm unimpressed. If I'm not impressed with you, why the fuck would I want to deal with you? 2, you guys date men that don't know how to make reservations, which is a problem, or don't want to make a reservation. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing with these men with no leadership skills? You can't call and make reservations. You can't go online and make reservations. What can you do? If you can't do that, what the fuck can you do? And 3, if he's not texting you, if he's not calling you, you already know what it is. Don't make excuses for him. Okay, he doesn't like you. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. And you really save yourself so much time and confusion when you leave people right where they're weird at. So learn to do that. Okay, it's a skill that you should have in this life. Stop dealing with these low effort men, because it's not going to get better, right? If this is their best foot forward, trust and believe it doesn't get better. And remember that you are the creator of your own reality. So if a is acting stupid with you, if he's showing minimal effort, it's because that you are allowing it. Okay, I love you.
Is that the message? That this beautiful life I've built for myself, like it's just supposed to be me in it alone? Like, I know I have my dog and I love him so much, but like, I need love.
I feel like I've been feeling really like I'm in my own bubble, and like nobody knows I exist. And like, obviously I do have like my internet friends and everything, but like in the real world, I feel like I don't have anybody right now.
Like, I genuinely just want love in my life so badly. Truly the only thing I'm missing in my life is someone to enjoy it with.
Bye. But no, let me calm down so I don't look all crazy. Just like these past few days, I've been feeling really like alone and antisocial, and I'm usually always like this, but these past days it's been like super like intense. And then I feel like I brought this upon myself because I feel like I push everyone out of my life, and then I complain that I don't have any friends, and
I'm so sick of waiting. Like, when is it going to be my turn? What more do I have to do to fix myself before I'm just allowed to be happy, before I'm allowed to meet this universe soulmate person that God supposedly has for me?
Here's the thing, women don't ignore men they like.
So if she's ignoring you, it's a signal she's not that into you. Trust me, we don't ignore the men we are crazy about.
Dusty bums believe that women should dwell in their divine feminine regardless of the situation. But if a man is feminine, a woman cannot dwell in her femininity. She's going to become masculine because she's going to have to provide. She's going to have to protect because she no longer can trust this man to lead. When a man dwells in his divine masculinity, this woman becomes soft. She starts to glow. She starts to smile with her eyes. She just starts to become heaven on earth. A man has to understand that a woman is a divine reflector, and she will reflect who you are, not who you want to be, but who you are. So if a woman is acting out of her character, if a woman is yelling and screaming, if a woman's demanding, you have to look in the mirror and check yourself. A woman's also a divine nurturer. She will nurture whatever you put on her. If it's financial, if it's mental, if it's spiritual. If you give her the devil, she's going to give you hell. But if you give her peace, she's going to give you heaven. A man has to understand who a woman is, and first he has to understand who he is. You cannot demand a woman to be feminine when you're not masculine. It doesn't make sense. And a woman cannot dwell in her divine femininity if a man's dwelling in his divine femininity. A man must dwell in his divine masculine. So I can feed your energy, you can feed mine. You nurture, I protect. You know, I lead, I guide. I'm here to elevate this woman on each and every level because that's what divine masculine men do. We don't lead by force. We lead by kindness and calmness. All praises due. All praises due.
And I have a question. When you're stressed or disappointed or upset, what do you want from your woman? Do you want nurturing or do you want to be left alone? Space or cuddles?
What do you call a mother who doesn't answer the phone when her daughter...
What do you call a mother who doesn't answer her daughter's call? Going to the Lakers game, bitch!
It's all men because there is not a single man on this planet that has not made a choice that directly oppresses women. Not a single one, not a single man on this earth that is not guilty. It's not all men because the good men know we're not talking about them. We are. It's not all men because we don't know which man. It's all men because it quite literally is all of you. You are all guilty of this. Every single one. It's all men because it's all men.
Hey, your friend got a to be honest.
You do. What friend?
You.
Yes, I do have a boyfriend.
Well, she already said that.
No shade.
We should do a therapy session for y'all, bro.
Right
now? Not right now.
Let's do one right now.
Hey, nobody's talking to you. You got a boyfriend.
Stop trying to...
Hey, you got a boyfriend. You got to act like your princess. That's it.
Man, what the fuck are they talking about with the
I'm just saying, it's just giving friendly. It's just giving friendly. That's it.
If a girl keeps looking at you, this is what it means. So if a girl keeps looking at you, this is her way of communicating that she finds you attractive. And it is an invitation for you to come approach her. A girl is almost never going to come up to you first and tell you that she likes you. Even if she thinks you're the most attractive guy she has ever seen, she's still not going to come up to you. So as a man, it is your job to be able to read and understand these signs and then take the initiative. And if you need help with approaching women, then comment the word approach and I'll send you a free training.
If a guy asks for your Snapchat, then he is not interested in dating you. Or if he brings up any tool within the first week of y'all talking, he is not interested in dating you. If a guy is actually genuinely interested in dating you, he is scared shitless to do anything that might turn you off of him. And asking for your Snapchat at the start is a turnoff for a lot of girls, so he wouldn't do it. Same thing with bringing up any. Why would he risk that?
What's up with men? Men don't come up and ask or talk to you anymore.
Why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? The masculinity on earth has diminished drastically that guys don't even come up to you anymore. They'll just stare at you from a distance.
Y'all dug this hole for yourselves, man. Man was approaching y'all. Y'all told us stop.
Men are really terrified out here, bro. Being labeled as a creep, being inappropriate, or like
getting embarrassed in public. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, end up viral because you are the woman out in the most respectful way. Like, you know what I mean? So I think men are just choosing their peace.
Ladies, listen to me. Everything that men do is 100% intentional. Everything that a man does, he does it with intention. You guys are living in La La Land. You guys have been watching Disney too much. I need you guys to wake up and smell the coffee. Everything that a man does is 100% intentional. Okay? So if he's not replying to you after so many hours, if he's taking hours to reply back to you, he knows what he's doing. If he hasn't spoken to you in weeks, he knows what he's doing. If he's texting you but not planning a date, he knows what he's doing. He has a plan, and that plan just means you're not included in that.
Your self-respect has to be stronger than your desire to be chosen. Because the moment you want someone's love more than you want your dignity, you start negotiating with things you should never be negotiating with. You tolerate what hurts. You explain away what feels wrong. You stay where you're not treated well because you're afraid of losing connection. But love that costs you your self-respect will always leave you empty. When you respect yourself, you stop auditioning for affection. You stop shrinking to be easier to keep. You stop confusing attachment with love. The right person won't require you to abandon yourself to be loved by them. Anyone can want to be loved, but it takes real strength to choose yourself when staying means losing who you are.
There is a question about why young people aren't dating quite so much at the moment. A study showed that 86% of women say they want a man to make the first move. A different study said that 50% of men say that they're afraid of making the first move for being seen as creepy. Another study said that 20% of Gen Zers say that a man approaching a woman sometimes or always constitutes harassment. So you have a world in which women are scared of being approached, men are scared of doing the approaching. People will judge many men, at least 1 in 5 men that do that, as being harassers. But everybody understands that if the guys don't make the first move, nothing's going to happen. If guys do make the first move, they're scared of being Me Too'd. Girls are scared of being approached by guys that they don't know, but also still know that they need the guys to make the first move 86% of the time, because that's the percentage. I was like, isn't that interesting?
When will a woman realize the man she lost? Number 1, regret. They realize what they lost and they wonder if it is still fixable. Grass was not greener on the other side. Number 2, comfort. They miss the familiarity of the emotional support and the comfort that you gave them. Number 3, unfinished business. They want closure or answers that they didn't get before. Number 4, nostalgia. They long for the good times and the connection that just once existed. But remember, gentlemen, it's not always about rekindling the love. They would be just trying to fill this void. Stay firm in your boundaries and don't let the past pull you back unless it truly makes sense.
We live in a time where masculinity in women is praised, while masculinity in men is ridiculed. A culture where feminine men are celebrated, but feminine women are mocked. And in the process, we've dismantled beauty, chivalry, and the essence of romance. People have mastered the act of sex, or some version of it, but have forgotten what it means to pursue romance, embrace healthy gender roles, or build a lasting, committed relationship. Instead, they fall into bed quickly, then wonder why they're still unmarried, unfulfilled, and alone. There is a moral design for dating, engagement, and marriage. But if you continue to follow the script handed to you by today's culture, don't be surprised when you find yourself middle-aged, wounded, and aching for real love.
Don't leave me in this thing fighting by myself. Like, if you done checked out mentally, let me know. Let me know. Don't be in this relationship going through emotions. Telling me what you feel like I want to hear. Doing things just because you feel like that's what you're supposed to do instead of it being what you actually want to do. Don't leave me in this thing fighting by myself. You know, it's a lot of people that are in relationships right now that they've checked out of years ago. But they just ain't got the heart to tell their partner. So now this person, you know, is dealing with a bunch of things that they shouldn't be dealing with and questioning themselves and questioning, you know, what plan God got for them and all of this. The whole time you done left them in that relationship fighting for themselves. You know what I mean? They fighting for the relationship alone. Whole time you checking out, you trying to figure out, you know, what's your next situation gonna be. Love that person enough to let them know.
So let me get this straight.
you're married to him, right? You guys are actually married. You guys are in a committed connection. You guys are only with each other. But yet when he wants it, you don't want to give it to him. But then when you want it, you convince him to lay down with you, right? But then all this time passes in between. And so what happens is you're teaching him to no longer desire you. You're teaching him to no longer want you. And then when he doesn't come towards you, then you're like, oh, well, is he cheating? Something's wrong. But when he does come towards you, then you deny him. So what is it that you want him to do? Because at the end of the day, if you signed up to be the sole provider of this man and you are expecting him to only be with you, then why aren't you providing that one thing that only you can provide, that you signed up to provide? Out of here.
Caucasian women in the United States of America are in big trouble. They are having a very hard time not only getting into a relationship, but keeping a man.
I am no one's top priority. I'm just not. It's a fact. I'm not asking for pity. I'm not woe is me, but it is truly just a fact. I am no one's, call me when you get home, or I joke around and say, I'm looking for someone to text when my plane lands. I'm not that for anybody.
34. I'm single. I have no single friends. I deleted all my dating apps, and I'm the biggest homebody I know.
It's not spoken about enough how hard it is being the other woman that doesn't get chosen and the one that just gets discarded like trash, while the other one gets the changed man and gets a future.
Just went out on a first date with a man who smells like hamster bedding, who said he never reads, he never votes, and he doesn't understand that the world is actually round.
He showed me time and time again, and here I am, just like a waiting to be loved. Like, please let me, pick me, choose me. And I needed reassurance, and I needed him to say the right thing.
Women end marriages more than men, and the proof is in lesbian divorce rates. In straight marriages, women file for divorce 69% of the time, which means for every 10 divorces that happen, 7 of them were her decision, not his. But people always blame that on the man, saying he probably cheated, or was toxic, or did not try hard enough. So scientists looked at marriages where there is no man involved at all to see what happens. And what they found shocked everyone. Lesbian couples have the highest divorce rate out of every type of marriage on the planet. In Sweden, they were 2.6 times more likely to divorce than straight couples. In the Netherlands, their divorce rate was double that of men. In the UK, 73% of all divorces were female couples. In a US study, 12% of lesbian couples divorced compared to only 2% of male couples. This pattern showed up in every single country that tracks the data. When you remove men from the equation entirely, the divorce rate does not drop. It explodes. Men who have no women in their marriage have the lowest divorce rate out of everyone, including straight couples.
If that man didn't ask you to be his girlfriend, you are very much single. Do not be out here holding it down for a man who hasn't put a title on it, just because you're laying down with him, just because you've met a few family members, just because you're out here playing house with a man, doesn't mean you're in a relationship with him. The same men that don't put a title on it are the same men that get out in the streets and do you the worst way, and then when you find out about it, they say, you're not my girlfriend? What? Like, there is no title on this. So stop being loyal to men that are, for one, not your husband, let alone even your boyfriend. Okay? You got your up. You're holding it down for a man. I mean, I don't know what else to say. You're holding it down for a man. You're holding it down for a man. A man that's not your man. A man that's not your man. Okay, we know that sounds crazy because it is crazy. It is. So stop doing that. Knock it off. Set yourself free. You are single.
You, as a woman, just can't date down. Trust me when I say this, a man will bring you to the level he is at. Don't ask me how I know. So if you date down, no matter how much you love him and how hard you try to pull him to rise up, it won't work. Not if he hasn't chosen better for himself. It'll just sink you to where he's at. So if he lacks peace, he will take yours. If he lacks ambition, he will take yours. If he lacks confidence, he will take yours. And they think they're okay with that, but But over time, his insecurities, his ego, his jealousy will get the best of him. That's why women who date down tend to go down. That's also why a lot of women have a hard time leveling up in a relationship when he wants to stay where he's at, because he's literally energetically pulling her down. Hence the post-breakup glow up that we're all so familiar with. And I know it's twisted because you saw his potential and wanted to invest in him, but that energy is honestly better spent investing in yourself and finding a man who's actually a true match, not just a project for you to work on. You seeing his potential won't change him, but his direction will always shape you.
If your man woke you up at 2 a.m., he said, baby, can you cook me a meal? Would you cook your man a meal if he woke you up at 2 a.m.?
No. Just being honest.
What about you, Kiki?
It all depends on how I'm feeling.
All right, it depends.
Oh, another depends.
It depends on the situation.
Here's another question. If an intruder broke inside the house, would you or would you not expect your man to go downstairs and handle that break at the door? Natasha.
Absolutely.
Allie.
Yes.
Kiki.
All I'm saying is if you don't, it's over after that.
Yeah, I would expect that.
What I've heard was that a woman's wifey duty is based off her feelings, right? It depends on how I feel. But the man's duty of protecting you, it's mandatory. How is it a fair deal?
These are so different. Like,
yeah,
one is like,
you're not,
the one is like you're both about the maybe. Right, and if you don't and the
do
other
it,
one is you might not eat.
So it's not about the situation. It's about what the man is attracted to, and it's about what the woman is attracted to. The man is attracted to femininity, submissiveness. The woman is attracted to masculinity, protecting and providing. So if you're not giving what we are naturally attracted to, it's not a fair deal if we have to always give you what you're naturally attracted to. That's going to protect you. Make sense?
Some women never get asked the question, what do you bring to the table? Or are you submissive? Or I wish you were more feminine. Some women are never asked those questions because they choose men that lead, that have a purpose. Because those kinds of men exude the kind of confidence to where he can spot the kind of energy that he's attracted to. So no, people don't ask me what I bring to the table, or are you feminine? Are you submissive? Because I exude that kind of energy in a man's presence. So who y'all be talking to where y'all gotta ask these kinds of questions? There's probably them kind of women who y'all be asking to approach y'all and ask y'all on dates, and then you wonder why they not feminine, they more masculine. You wanted that, Mr. Ask me first. Ask me for my number. Approach me. I don't know. Y'all let me know. It seems like
This is how men check out of dating. A lot of men don't want to admit it, but the value that they feel comes from the women that they can date. For example, you make an approach on a girl at a bar. You get her number. Confidence goes up. You text her in the morning, she doesn't respond to you, now confidence goes down. You go out next weekend, you actually close on the first night. You have woohoo, top of the world. Then the next day, she says, I miss my toxic ex, sorry. So your confidence is always doing this, ups and downs, ups and downs. What keeps me grounded and what keeps me from not really ever going down are a few things. Number one, I got bigger fish to fry. I run a business. I help men full time. I could care less about the chick. How are my clients doing? Are they getting wins? How are my team and my employees? Are they getting the help that they need? Are they struggling? How's my health? Am I in the gym? Am I working out? If all of that's going gravy, I could care less about what a girl texts me back or not. In conclusion, if you're a guy, I want you to find a focus that is outside of having success with women or not. Because if you put your self-worth in being able to get or obtain or keep a woman, you'll always be doing this with your mood, and that's not good.
Masculine men are attracted to feminine women. Okay, if you're at home looking just like a man and he goes out to look for a different woman, I don't blame him. Okay, I'm not blaming him, because if he got to come home to a man himself and he's not sexual, I don't blame him for going out and looking for other women. Okay, I can't. I gotta say, well, what do you look like? If you send me a picture of a gremlin, I'm gonna say, well, I'm on his side. Okay, because that's not how you're supposed to look. There are so many products and things you can put on yourself to make you look good, okay? You have to dress for the life you want, okay? You gotta dress for the life that you desire. Because if you dressing like and looking like blah, that's what your life is gonna be, okay? And if you're trying to attract masculine men, provider men, men who are gonna do things for you, open the doors for you, treat you right, think you're the most beautiful woman in the world and worship you, if you're not giving them anything to look at and to worship and to open the door for, then you can't blame them, Masculine men like feminine women. And it's a fact. So even though people say looks fade, wigs don't fade, makeup don't fade, Botox don't fade, jewelry doesn't fade, high heels don't fade, manners don't fade, red lipstick, it fades, but you can reapply it, okay? Yes, beauty fades. Yes, I'm gonna get old. I'm probably gonna get wrinkles one day, but I'm gonna still have some makeup on and my hair done, and I'm gonna still look good. My nails gonna still be done. I'm not gonna be looking like, a man up out of here. I'm not gonna be looking like a man, that's for sure. So do whatever you want.
If your man is nervous about your girls' trip, probably has a good reason. And before you roll your eyes at me, ladies, let's be honest for a second. Not all girls' trips are innocent. Sure, some of you go to relax, eat some food, go to a resort, make some memories. I understand. But a lot of them, they go to escape routine, accountability, and even reality. The minute the plane lands, the drinks start flowing and the "we outside" captions start rolling in. Boundaries blur, standards drop, and suddenly everybody is acting single for the weekend. Girls' trips don't ruin relationships. The women on them do. If your friend group celebrates chaos, attention, and male validation, that trip becomes a breeding ground for bad decisions. And the wildest part, it's not even always about cheating. It's just that I need freedom attitude. If you constantly crave to get away from your man and de-stress, maybe the issue isn't him. Maybe it's what's missing inside of you. Healthy women and relationships do not need to escape the lives to feel alive. They build peace, not permission slips. So no, your man is not crazy for being cautious. He is just seeing the reality that most people pretend doesn't exist. Girls' trips don't change women. They reveal them. Mark my words.
I don't think I've ever been able just to be my natural self and be comfortable within the confines and of marriage. I've had to alter, change. I've had to compromise myself, compromise what I believe in, my values. I've had to sacrifice. I've had to work so hard. I've had to give up so much. It's like a deal with the devil. I look in the mirror and I don't like, who am I? What have I become? It wasn't supposed to be like this, but it's because I believed all these made up fantasies and lies about what marriage was going to be and how it was going to be this benefit, this wonderful thing for me. Safety, protection, love, identity. And the thing about it is all those things are beautiful, but you don't need to be married to have them. I just know with every fiber of my being that this is not for me. And honestly, I don't see how it would be something that would be beneficial to any woman, to be honest. I feel radicalized almost because I'm so different. I'm 100% different from who I was 17 years ago when I got married. And I'm a different person almost from the person I was 3 months ago. Like, I feel like my eyes have been opened and I see clearly for like the first time in all of these years. This is not the life for me.
You're not losing your man because he doesn't love you. You're losing him because you don't respect him, okay? So just let that sink in for a minute and let me explain. Love does not keep a man. Respect does. And most women don't understand what that looks like for a man. It's not what you say. It's how you say it. Your tone, your reactions, how you speak to him when you're upset and when people are watching. Because you can say, "I love you," all day long, right? It's words. But if you interrupt him, correct him, roll your eyes, make him feel small, belittle him, that's disrespect. And men don't stay where they feel that. They don't argue forever. They will detach quietly. Less effort, less presence, less interest. And once he checks out, you don't bring him back with affection. He's already gone. You think being strong means challenging him, controlling everything, and needing to win, but that is not strength, especially feminine strength. That is ego. Respect looks like trusting his lead. listening without trying to overpower him, speaking in a way that builds him up and not breaks him down, okay? You don't lose your voice. You learn how to use it, because when a man feels respected, oh my God, he shows up different, more grounded, more driven, more intentional, more willing to actually lead you. So before you say he's not stepping up, ask yourself this: have you actually been giving him something worth stepping up for?
My name is Casey and I make mostly videos for lesbians, but sometimes I answer your dating and relationship questions. I got a question today that I'm going to do my best to answer as kindly and honestly as possible. So here's a question. I have a lot of trouble getting a woman to date. Why is it that women will talk to other women and hang out together, but they never want to do this with a man? Okay, I'm a lesbian, so we're not going to approach this from my perspective. We're going to approach this from the perspective of a straight or bisexual woman. Why would a straight or bisexual woman feel more comfortable spending time with women than spending time with a man? And the answer is, it's not all men, but it's almost always a man who will overstep a woman's boundaries, not take no for an answer, who will try to use kindness as currency, expecting something in return. And so there's a reason that women have learned that it is safer to choose a bear in the woods than a man. Don't be like those men. If you want women to want to spend time with you, don't use kindness as currency. Don't expect things in return. Just be a decent human being and respect her boundaries. Take no for an answer. And also recognize that if she doesn't want to spend time with you, that's okay too. She has agency and she should get to choose. So if you want to know why women don't want to spend time with men, it's because women have learned over time that it's not always safe. And if you want to be a man that women want to be around, do better, do differently.
While I'm here, I thought maybe we'll do another rant as well. So dating is so out for 2026. It's not even funny. The clarity, headspace, consistent mood, lack of emotional roller coaster is top tier. So at the end of last year, I grew some balls and I went on Hinge again. Randomly, and there was this hot guy on there and I was like, wow, this guy's hot. Anyway, he was so funny and nice and super keen to catch up. The day rolls around that we're meant to be catching up and he goes, I don't know, it's kind of weird to be meeting someone off an app. And I was like, what are you doing here? I don't want to pen pal. That was one of my prompts. That was quite funny, might I add. Never again. Like, I'm dedicating this year to me. 100%. Love that for me. Bye. I love you.
She couldn't believe that he rejected her. She could not believe that he rejected her. I don't understand what women don't get about it. You said the guy was hot, which means he has the ability to look elsewhere and has other options. So when he rejects you, why is it such a surprise to you? All because the guys that you view as beneath you, you reject the whole time. And then when you bump into a guy who you're actually into, you're used to dealing with guys that you don't want like that. This is why I tell you guys, they don't really bump into guys that they like that. So when they're playing a game and you're thinking, why is she playing with him? She can't really see between the two because she hasn't gone for guys that she really wants like that, who approach her, who try to get at her, who campaign for relationships with her. No. It's only the loser dudes. The dudes where she's like, Whenever they interact with guys that they like, they're the ones campaigning. Or they're going with the flow, hoping that the guy will change his mind or move towards a relationship. So they never know how to go about it.
No, I think it's men just get tired of being walked over. They just get tired of it, man. It's exhausting to get disrespected in pretty much darn near every situation. Every scenario you can think about, the man is going to come out dead last. And not only are modern women setting it up to where men are going to come out dead last in every situation, they're telling men, they've gotten so bold as to tell men, you are going to come out dead last. And you should be happy that you're going to come out dead last. Your life is in service to me. Regardless of what you think that you should get, your life is in service to me.